All right, welcome back, guys, to another studio session. Welcome back to Piece by Piece Mosaic, the channel where I go over mosaic tips, tricks, tutorials, and studio sessions, and even the odd history lesson. I hope you guys are enjoying it. For this studio session, I wanted to originally continue working on my flower mosaic here. Still got a lot of grass to finish in, along with some sky, but one of my subscribers wanted me to continue on, and they wanted to see more of this St. George mosaic, and that's completely fine with me because I need to work on this more. Another subscriber asked, what is the smoke? What is the smoke? So the smoke is this right here. It is a little incense burner, and what I'm doing is burning frankincense resin. I like the smell. It smokes up the studio, and it some nice background smell. Just like there's background music, there's background smell. So this is the smoke. My house is not burning down. No, I'm not doing anything ridiculous in the background. It is just incense. So back to what we're doing today. I have the idea of continuing on the cape on the left side. On the last studio session, I did the right side here, and I'll switch the angle in a second. Well, I'll switch the angle right now. We're going to work on the cape. Let's do it. All right, on the last video, the last studio session, what I did was I started working on this side of the cape here with the purples and the light purple and the pink and the lavender and whatever, and it looks fantastic. I'm really liking it. What I want to do is continue on this side, but first what I'm going to have to do is make the outlines, and for that I'm going to use these 4x4 tiles. Now, for the outlines, they're a bit too thick, so using my nippers, I'll just spend some time and cut them in half. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just find the halfway point of the tile, sorry, St. George, and just let go flying. I think maybe you've noticed me when I put the tile in here, I usually have my hand over top like this, and that's just so the tiles don't go flying everywhere, because again, this is glass, and depending on the glass, it likes to shatter. This stuff isn't that bad, but you're just controlling where the pieces are going. Because, for example, if I just put this in here and press down, oh, there you go. You see what happens, yeah? Everything goes flying. We don't want that. So just put your tile in here, sort of cup it with your hand. There you go. And usually when I'm doing this outlining, I like to sit here for a while and cut out a whole bunch of black little tiles, so I can just get in the zone and start gluing rather than cutting one, gluing one, cutting one, and gluing one. In the last studio session, I had some comments, which was nice, and which is why I'm doing this one again. Thanks to everyone that's commented and watched and liked. We've got some really cool stuff coming up, I can tell you that right now. What I'm going to do is pretty soon I'm going to take you guys to some museums to check out some mosaics, as well as I'm going to take you around and show you some street mosaics where some artists have gone out into the streets and done some mosaic artwork, some with permits and some without permits, like graffiti, but mosaic graffiti, which is pretty cool. Maybe I'll do that one day. I guess only you guys will know, so unless my channel blows up to be some worldwide situation, I can be the Banksy of mosaics. And also going to take you guys around to look at the new studio I've been scoping out. It has a nice big workshop, and it's out in the bushes somewhere, so it's out in nature, and it'll give me a nice space where I can potentially hold some mosaic workshops, and I can work on my projects. I've been setting everything up. I've got all the tools now, and I mean, I've got this nice up and down rising desk, which is really helping a lot, especially when I'm getting tired of sitting. It's nice to be able to stand and work on the mosaic as well. Okay, so you can see what I've done there. Yeah, I've got enough to show you guys, and I can probably start. So I've cut out not all, but a bunch of tiles for this, and I'm going to use my B7000. Again, you guys, you can get all the links to this are in the description. In fact, I'm going to be starting an Amazon storefront soon, so that way you can just go to the Amazon store and You can just go to the Amazon store and find everything I'm using right there. So instead of having all these different links in my description, you can just hit up my store. There'll be a page that's dedicated to Mosaic tools and materials, and you can just have at her and start as well. I don't want you guys to miss me too much, you know. You got to see the beauty behind this beast. So we're gonna keep going here. Finish this line. And you can see once you got the groove going, it goes pretty fast. And this glue dries pretty fast too. So let's re-up that glue. That's why I like to pre-cut these, because you can just really get into the groove of laying them down. When it comes to making mosaics, the most tedious part, other than fixing mistakes, the most tedious part is just cutting the tiles. So if you just take a few minutes right off the bat and cut the tiles first, you got a big pile of them like this, and you can use them as you go along. And especially for a piece like this where there's going to be so many black outlines, I can just keep them in a nice little dish here after they're all cut and use them as I need them. So now this part is done. I just want to straighten the bottom out a little bit there. There you go. There you go. Very nice. If you make it this far, this can just be a outline episode. I doubt I'll get that far. All this glue that I just slopped down. So this could just be a little outline episode, showing you guys how it all begins. Yeah, you start with the outlines. I mean, I like to start from the outlines, and then you work your way in. You can see I like to also, in some of these lines, use like the thicker pieces closer to the outside or closer to the top, and then sort of fade them out into thin ones depending on the piece that I'm doing or what I'm doing. Like this little fold here, it goes from thick to thinner, the thinner to the thinner, and ends there. And I'll do the same thing on this line. It adds a little bit of flow. It's unless you want to cut every single piece absolutely perfectly the same thickness, it's better than just having all willy-nilly big and thick and big and thick. So if you have a little bit of a flow going, it makes it look a bit nicer in the long run. But again, this is mosaic. There's much room for mistake. You can take your time. Go as fast as you want or as slow as you want. In cases like this, I feel like sometimes because of these videos, I gotta go a bit fast. I'm trying to keep you guys amused as well. This is why I also gotta practice just talking. But again, I don't have a problem talking. I'm a professional speaker, let's be honest here. If only I can get paid for it. And that is the dream. I figured if I'm already doing mosaics, why not talk about mosaics and hopefully make a channel out of it and grow a following. And really, just as much as I love all art forms and would like to branch off into other parts of art, would probably have a bigger audience when it comes to different art and stuff like this. But this is my jam. This is my jam. Mosaics. Such an old ancient sport. Oh, sorry, not a sport. Such an old ancient craft. Thousands of years old. So, I mean, I like it. I feel like I'm back in time, doing what people have been doing for thousands and thousands of years. Literally, thousands of years. If you don't believe me, you can watch the Mosaic history video that I made. Hopefully some of you guys saw it, where I go over the 5,000-year-old history of mosaics. They've been doing this even before the Egyptian times, if you can believe that. And here I am in 2026, living the dream. Truly am. I mean, I feel very calm when I'm doing this kind of stuff, which is why I'm telling everyone to do it. Everyone should do something like this. It's like making puzzles, but a bit more advanced than making puzzles. Some people like painting little figurines and stuff. It's almost the same as that, using little tweezers and glue and color schemes and shading and all these different all these different little methods. That essentially it's the same thing. You're creating a figure. Nice. Now I don't want to go too far here because I don't remember exactly what is here, so I might need to check my reference. But this is the part I was looking for here. So that's the part we're looking at here, is that line, that line, that line. So it essentially all this is going to be black, but it ends here. So we're good. Keep going. So in this video, you saw me outlining this, the left side of the cape, and what we're going to do in the next week's studio session. This week you learned some outlining. How do I do my outlines? And on the gosh, that looks great. But on the next episode of the studio session next Thursday, I'm going to show you how I make these gradients and how I fill this whole cape in, because this whole cape is going to be a nice gradient of purples, lavenders, and this lilac color. I hope you enjoyed. Again, all the materials I use, you can find them in the description below. We'll set up a Amazon store so you can find everything all in one place and you don't have to go searching around, and you can start making mosaics too. So if you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. That would be great. I would love the support. We're on our way to 200 subscribers, slowly but surely. And I'll see you on Monday when I drop a nice little history lesson. And then again next Thursday when I'm going to show you how to make, when I'm going to show you how to fill in all of this full of purple. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you again next week. So let's begin. This is the time-consuming, tedious part, but it's a fun part. You get to see your mosaic come together, and you get to see it taking shape. And again, like I said before, mosaic is something that you can just turn your brain off and relax and do. You can be as perfect as you want, or you can embrace the imperfections and still enjoy the process. Some people might say, oh, well, all your pieces aren't the same thickness, Squeezy. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because once all the gaps are filled in with the other colors, it's barely noticeable. Once it's grouted, once you're standing back and looking at it, it all just blends into one. And again, we're not perfectionists. I'm not a perfectionist, I'll tell you that much. I enjoy the process and the result. The result is fun too. That's a good thing about the art, is you get to do art, and in the end you have something visible and rewarding that you can see and enjoy. It's almost like going to the gym too. In fact, if you do like going to the gym, I'm in the gym all the time, every day, all day. And in my Amazon store, I also have some of the supplements and stuff. I've got a lot of stuff going on there. I've got a lot of ideas in the works. And I'm hoping you're going to like all the stuff that I'm putting together, and different topics and channel ideas and things. And I don't want you guys, well, mainly one subscriber, I think Nicodemus, I don't want you to think that I forgot about showing you how to make this, how to trace out an image this big, and I will be showing you that. Next week I'll be filming that episode, and I'll be releasing it maybe the following week. I hope you guys also enjoyed the episode where our good friend Cornelius Radish Patch III made an appearance and taught us a little bit about Mosaic history, because we've got another one coming up. I hope you like that. I had a lot of fun making that episode, and yeah. So right now, I hope, whoa, where are we going here, boys? Here we go, this way. I hope you can see everything. I should check the camera right now. I didn't get a chance to hook it up to my monitor. don't think I have the right adapters, to be honest. Oh yeah, you can see everything. Let's just move this out of the way. But right now I got all the equipment, but it's just the adapters. The adapters, I didn't realize you need so many specialized little doohickeys and dillywags to plug into the computer just to make it work. But that is life. There we go. Then we're just going to continue on. Sometimes when you have a corner, you can see I'm cutting just a little curve on the piece that I'm installing there, just to give us a nice little curve around. And do the same thing again. This one might have to be a bit sharper. You can see, hopefully you can see that. Give me a nice little edge on it. And that helps. Look at that. It helps it fit into the corner perfectly, just like that. And again, once you get the hang of it, you can just eyeball things. And you'll be able to tell which shape you need to cut. Just like that. Amazing. And yeah, I've got some cool ideas when it comes to making mosaics. I got another video that I made. I made mosaic out of garbage. Out of garbage, you say? Yes. I wasn't looking through the trash, but I walked by the trash and I saw this box that had this nice little cat on it. And I thought to myself, well, I could make a mosaic out of that box. And so I cut off the part of the cat that was on the box and I made it into a mosaic. So I'm going to show you how you can literally turn trash into a mosaic. You don't need to go out and buy fancy things or be a master artist to come up with the ideas. Sometimes you can find inspiration in the trash. That's exactly what I did. And that will be the video that I will make you. Show you how you can do this too. And another good idea I had is to take you guys to the old dollar store and show you about all the things you can find at the dollar store to make mosaics. I was there the other day looking for, trying to get some candles. And I thought of that. I said, hey, there's some pretty cool stuff here. Maybe not the tiles. You might not be able to find the tiles there. Or you know, like a big bottle of glue like this. But you can find picture frames and other wooden ornaments and little things that you can glue tiles onto. So, little statues even that you can cover in tile. Yeah, I also got another idea where I've made a mosaic and, well, how do we frame the mosaic? Well, why don't we frame the mosaic with a mosaic? Good God. Oh, I guess you guys can't see my enthusiasm when I say that because the picture is down. Maybe you guys do want to see my beautiful face. Let's give you a little angle of me again. You can see me working. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you again next week.